Hello, children. So, we are all now part of the Fit India Week 2020, and it's so pleasing that our school is actively participating in various events along the week. Today, there is something innovative. It's called a podcast, and the pandemic has been a trigger for such an initiative. What is a podcast? A podcast is an audio program, just like any radio talk show, and which can be listened to at our convenience if subscribed to our smartphone. Anyone who is an expert in any areas of knowledge can share their views through a podcast. At Excel today, we have a panel of students highlighting on being fit and keeping fit. So let's come closer, encourage the Excel Masters on podcast, celebrating the Fit India Week 2020. Thank you very much.
Everyone. Hello to everyone. Welcome to our podcast, Get Fit, Don't Quit. I am Zainab Zahir, your host for today. This podcast is on air in connection with the Fitness Week celebrated in our school. We need to stay fit and healthy. Through this week, let's learn to achieve that goal together. And to achieve that goal, we have a lot of professional people on air with us. Let me introduce them all. Welcome Mr. Tamim Abdul Aziz, a gym instructor of Metroflux Multi Gym, Talsheri. Welcome, sir. Next, we have Omar bin Siddiq, the physical education teacher of our school, Excel Public School, Mahi. Welcome, sir. Next with us, we have a yoga trainer, Miss Lakshmi Priya. Welcome, ma'am. Now with us, we have a pediatrician cum nutritionist, Dr. Harim Prasad Ilika. We are honored to have you, sir. Last but not the least, we have Nazmin Zia, a parent of a 14-year-old kid of our school. We are happy to have you, ma'am. Is this generation a bit lazy? Do you think so too? I think it is, to an extent. And this lockdown has just proved it right. All newgens do not want to exercise daily, but they want to have muscles, biceps, triceps, and abs. All of the boys are gym freaks, right? What's your say on that, Mr. Tamim?
In my entire career, I have seen many types of gym freaks. Mostly the children between the age of 14 to 20 are turning towards the gym for gaining muscle weight and abs. In my view, the children between the age of 16 to 20 should opt the gym, as it is the age when children reach the level of maturity and also is the time of adulting.
Yes, as Mr. Tamim said, this is the age teenagers attain maturity. Mr. Omar, how do you keep these teenagers busy enough to attain mental and physical health, sir?
Nowadays, the youth are very much reliant on technology that they are not at all taking care of their physical fitness. And yes, I have been observing children, especially teenagers, and the changes happening in them that usually have a negative impact in every aspect of their life. And the answer to almost all the problems and insecurities they are facing is due to the lack of physical activity. In my opinion, activity from an early age should be encouraged as it benefits a child's development. In my point of view, children facing depression, anxiety, having no social life, and being a more of an introvert is the result of their physical inactivity. But in my career, I have noticed that children having sweat-inducing physical activities are more likely to be seen active in classrooms, daily activities, and having a great mood.
As Mr. Omar said, the kids are trying to be physically healthy. But what about junk food consumption? It is kinda inevitable in today's life. I have to agree. What does our doctors say on this? Over to you, Dr. Hari Prasad.
I must say that many parents have come to my clinic regarding about this. Most of the children have the disease called obesity. Obesity is a disease that can cause medical diseases such as diabetes, joint pain, and heart diseases. And since the children do not have any exercise after the consumption of food, it can cause severe problems in their adult age.
Yes, doc, you're right. As you said, gym plus junk food gives no result. It is actually waste of time. And nowadays I have to beg the adults to stop eating junk food.
Doctor, my son eats a burger for breakfast. He doesn't eat or drink anything for the day until evening. It worries me a lot. I know it's not good for your health. So, please help me, doctor.
Well, for desperate times, desperate measures have to be taken. I could give a counseling to your son that by not eating food can cause ulcer. Please feel obligated to call me when you have time.
Now, towards the next department of health, mental fitness. Yoga is a sector which keeps us mentally and physically healthy. Over to you, Lakshmi Priya ma'am.
What you have said is correct, Zainab. So, coming on to the topic, yoga is a group of physical, mental, and spiritual practices or disciplines which originated in ancient India. The term yoga in the Western world often denotes a modern form of hatha yoga and yoga as exercise consisting largely of the postures or asanas. As of now, the pandemic is in its peak. No one is able to go out like the past. So at this time, if you practice yoga, the mental and physical health of each and every individual can be retained.
Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. Now to Nazmin ma'am. You are a parent. You would know about how difficult it is to cope with kids nowadays. How do you make attaining health possible for your kid?
I have always followed the right schedule of my son's vaccination and I have given him all the possible vaccines till now. And I always encourage him to go outside and play or exercise because it helps to keep you fit and avoid diseases. Most importantly, I try to include healthy food to his diet.
Thank you, Nazmin ma'am. Now I'd like to bring another subject. How does keeping mentally and physically healthy help kids in their academics? I'd like to hear it from our PE teacher, Mr. Omar.
In order to excel in academics, exercise is very much important because it helps the learning children to increase their focus, concentration, and long-term memory, which usually is a difficult task for them. According to my observations, for the last 15 years, I have come to a conclusion that exercise is the most transformative thing for the brain as well as for the body in growing children. But nowadays, in many of the schools, more importance is given to academics than physical fitness of a child, and some schools don't even have a PE instructor or proper facilities or a correct schedule for their physical activities. It is very much important that schools all over the world must make up a schedule that includes at least 3 to 4 sessions of PE in a week and a 15 minutes workout or exercise daily before starting the classes.
Very true, sir. Now I'd like to speak to Mr. Tamim. What are the courses in gym and how important are they to growing children nowadays?
In the gym, mainly we have weightlifting courses, and it is not necessary that every child in the time of adulting should opt the gym. Parents and teachers should make the child grow in such a way that they can withstand any circumstance in the upcoming life. Life is full of surprises. The surprise might be in physical or mental way. The child should be ready for both. Parents should insist the child to play at least half an hour a day, which makes them calm and fresh. the balanced diet, which is important for the complete growth, should be taken care by the parent.
Yes, very true, sir. Balanced diet is important for kids. Dr. Prasad, would you like to speak on that, sir?
Balanced diet is another important thing for a human. A healthy body produces a healthy mind.
Yes, sir, very true. Miss Lakshmi Priya, could you tell us more about yoga and how is it better than any other type of physical and mental fitness?
Well, the ultimate goal of yoga is moksha or liberation. Yoga develops muscle tone and metabolism. Many of you know that yoga improves strength, balance, and flexibility. Haven't you seen some individuals suffering from obesity? So, yoga would be an effective way to lose weight also. I know that many teenagers suffer depression or stress from their studies, or if you take in the case of working class people, the stress can be reduced by doing yoga. Now, you would be thinking about the international acceptance of yoga, isn't it? Well, yoga has an inevitable role internationally. The International Day of Yoga has been celebrated annually on 21st June since 2015 following the declaration from United Nations General Assembly. In short, I can say that yoga transcends borders. And do you know one fact that yoga can also keep up the bond among families? Like everyone know, yoga can be done by anyone in any of the age group. So, if an entire family does yoga, it creates peacefulness among family members. I would like to recommend that each of the members of a whole family to do yoga as it brings calmness and also happiness. For me, I don't want to instruct yoga, but I want to construct a society of well-being and stress-free.
Thank you, Lakshmi Priya ma'am. That was very informative. Nosman ma'am, what is the most routine habit that you see in your child that affects badly on his health? How are you trying to avoid it?
Well, there's a habit my son has which can badly affect his health, and honestly, I've been trying to avoid that. He skips breakfast. From a lot of doctors, I've heard that skipping breakfast is not good for your health, not at all good for your health. If you need the energy for that day, you have to take your breakfast. So, I tried convincing him about how bad it is, and that's how I'm trying to avoid it.
Yes, ma'am. What you just told is totally relevant. Breakfast is important, but most school children just skip it. What's your view on this, Mr. Omar?
Yes, what Mrs. Nazmin has said is completely true, and I totally agree with that. Having breakfast is the most important thing in maintaining a child's health. Yes, I have seen children falling unconscious in the ground by only standing there for 15 to 20 minutes for the assembly, and I have also seen children becoming tired after only attending 1 or 2 sessions of the class. And since breakfast has been suggested to positively affect learning in children in terms of behavior, cognitive and school performance, so it is very important for children to have breakfast before coming to the classes.
Yes, Mr. Omar. Students must have their breakfast before classes. Dr. Prasad, what's your opinion on this matter?
The most important commodity in a daily man's life. Without breakfast, we would all perish for sure.
Thank you, Doctor. Miss Lakshmi Priya, how well do the students of our school take yoga? Are they serious enough?
I feel very few students are interested in yoga. All children are not very serious, but school can always promote yoga. From my side, I am putting on maximum effort for teaching yoga.
Thank you, ma'am. That was very informative. Now, to Mr. Tamim, would you like to give any message to our growing kids?
I do have a message for the growing kids. Stop using liquefied and non-liquefied drugs. They cause many physical and mental problems that we can't even imagine. And prefer homely meals more than junk food. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tamim. Now to Nazamin ma'am. What is your opinion on junk food?
About junk food, my opinion is that it's something that ruins your health. Neither does it contain any nutrients, nor is it beneficial for our health. It only has tons of fat, sugar, and salt, which in great amount is not good. It's best if we keep our children away from it, more like try to keep them away from it. Most of the parents try to ban junk food, but that's not what we have to do. We have to reduce it day by day, or else they won't be adapted to that suddenly. So I think it's high time we introduce them what a real balanced diet is.
Yes, ma'am. What you just told relates to every kid in this generation. I would like to thank all of the wonderful people on air with me on behalf of our entire school. Thank you so much for sharing on how to stay fit and healthy. Being healthy should start within yourself. It transfers from an individual to his family, then to the society, and then finally a healthy nation can be acquired. So to all, start from your house. Make small changes which can lead to a big impact. Let's all pray for a healthy nation. Thank you.